He gonna let us know. But I'd be like, if people hurt, that's it. Some of the people heard what we was talking about before. So yeah, we rolling.
Oh, they heard it?
Just now. We good, right? Yeah. So when they
cool.
knock on it, yeah. So if they, yeah.
All right.
Man, today's guest, man, it's the second time in a while, but a lot has changed in the greatest way. One of my favorite people, multifaceted artist, comedian, producer, writer, actor. I know you got something else to add to that, but for y'all who don't know, welcome to the show, CP, man.
What's the deal? What's the deal, man?
What's comedian CP? Is it CP?
Well, the whole comedian CP thing started because Twitter came out in like 09, and that's when I started doing comedy. And so, Twitter didn't come out in 09. That's when I got on Twitter.
Right.
And I made my name comedian CP because it was just a cool Twitter name. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just my job and my name. You know what I'm saying? I'm a comedian, I'm CP. And then, Twitter kind of kicked off the kind of like social media conscious thought stream kind of thing where it's like, whatever you say, you putting statuses up. And then I started saying funny stuff, and it was like, man, did you hear what comedian CP said?
Exactly.
Or comedian CP said, and then it just became like a thing. And then, you get booked, like a lot of comics right now, they get booked off Instagram, and their name is kind of like their first booking moniker. You know what I'm saying? Like, we getting, so-and-so, hi, David. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what he called himself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then, when it became what it was, it's like, everybody gets an opportunity to name themselves what they want. Your name is your name, of course, but you get to remix that. That's on you.
And that's interesting. See, me and the homie was talking earlier about that. Like, sometimes you don't know where it's gonna take you into.
Yeah.
Because it's how we met. I actually booked you off Twitter because I had seen. Was that your first viral video? Like,
what Detroit niggas say?
Yeah. Was like,
that's
the
the first
one,
time.
The first biggest one.
First time I ever went viral. What's crazy was I went viral, with my homie Shan. A couple of probably like a month or two before shit Detroit niggas say came out. But it was the first time I had ever done a sketch. I did it in his video, and I was like roasting him in the video and all of that. But I was playing like a reporter. I was doing a bunch of silly shit in the video. However, it just kind of sparked. I never wanted to be on YouTube, so it kind of sparked like an interest for me to wanna, like I saw immediately what it could do. Yeah. But like I'm a true comedian. I'm a purist. I kind of was raised by the OGs. You know what I'm saying? What my nigga Lil Belt say, raised by OGs, not IG. Exactly, you know what I'm saying? Right. So, it was a lot of, older comedians who was my mentors, and they wasn't on social media. They was trying to go to Chicago or go to, you know what I'm saying, Indiana, get on the road, and so that kind of just sparked something in me, like, man, maybe this YouTube stuff, I might need to give it a go. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's dope because even though I'm from here, I happen to be in Louisiana at the time. So I'm checking my Twitter. Yeah. People like, yo, you heard about? And I'm like, so you see how I travel easily.
Yeah,
so I'm
exactly.
Like, okay. Yeah. And then, first of all, I thank you for being the type of person you are because, I didn't think you was going to respond. I just hit you up.
Oh, yeah. Nah, man, I'm a real nigga, man.
And then you was like, oh.
This shit never kicked in to me that I was supposed to be this, like, celebrity, better than niggas type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that, one of my homies, Jay Will, he's a comic. Jay Will, we was having a conversation. We was just laughing, reminiscing, and when we get together, me, him, Mike, Larry, other comics, Jim and I, we all just talk about the old days.
Right.
Fago Red, and we was kicking it. And they was saying, like, man, CP, back in the day, you was the only one who wasn't afraid to act famous already. You know what I'm saying? And I had to think about it like, man, like, me and like people like Tommy Walker or Sean Williams, you know what I'm saying? We was always together moving like we was the shit already. And it was just funny that we knew we wasn't, but we also knew that anybody can be, so why not us? You know what I'm saying? Right. And so niggas did kind of move like that. Niggas moved like we just expected great things. You know what I'm saying? You know, and so I'm not stuck on myself because this isn't really new to me mentally. This reality is new. This is a new reality for me. But mentally, this is not. I'm not in a new place. I've always been in this place. It's crazy that it's coming to fruition like this, but I've always been thinking that I was this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if you know, it helps to have support and somebody to believe in you. But first, you gotta believe in you.
You gotta believe in yourself.
If more people believe in you than you're gonna be limited if you go anywhere.
Well, there's that, and then there's also too. That's such a key saying. You know, you got to believe the first person to believe in yourself. But I don't think people really know how to believe in themselves.
Yeah, I agree.
Like people don't understand how delusional you have to seem because you have to see stuff that's not here, and you have to be able to. It's just you gotta trust it, but trust in a way, like we trust a lot of things in our life, but we don't realize it. Like we don't necessarily trust our driving, right? We put on seatbelts and we be beeping the horn and cussing at motherfuckers and all that, but like you trust that
somebody did their job.
Well, you trust that you're gonna take your next step, and you trust that you're gonna breathe next. But you ever get like so high, you forget how to breathe. You're like, how do I breathe? Like,
is it time to breathe again?
Right, exactly. Because, but when you really focus on that process, you realize that you haven't been focusing on that process because that's a process that you trust. Like you wake up every day knowing that, you know what I'm saying, or you go to bed knowing that you're gonna wake up. Sometimes you might not. You might not wake up. It's gonna be one time you don't.
One time, yeah.
But you go to sleep knowing you're finna wake up tomorrow.
Exactly.
And we practice these knowings, right? But then when it comes to like stuff that we vulnerable about, or stuff that we, get in our own way about as it pertains to, doubting yourself, or stuff that deals with like talent or things that make us vulnerable because we need other people to buy in or we would like them to. That's when we find it a little harder to believe in ourselves. So I'm not that kind of dude. I said a bunch of words to say that, like,
no, I feel you.
So like that's not my style, man. Like I appreciate everybody who appreciates what I bring to the table because I appreciate it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's really dope because, visionaries. You know what I'm saying? Because we was talking earlier, like whatever people like you said, if you break it down. It's like a balance of simplicity. It's simple in theory, but it's really some wild, deep shit because it's like anything that you could literally touch or see, it once began as an idea in somebody or something's mind.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it's just
and when you break it down like that, you understand that nothing has any real value other than what somebody said it does. And so, like, let's say somebody said that Lamborghini, Urus was $300,000, right? That's what they said it is.
Exactly.
If you want it, then you need to figure out something that's gonna give you $400,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and you have the freedom to create those same ideas that created that Lamborghini. Like nothing is out of touch because everything that you want, somebody had to, the nigga who made the Lamborghini made that bitch because he wants something else.
Exactly.
He made that to sell you so he can get some other shit. You know what I'm saying?
To your point, I feel that that's how I look at life is perspective. Like, let's say I want a Lamborghini. Then so it's just like, I'm not getting it because so-and-so ain't got it or they can't get it. I'm looking at it like I'm investing. My vision allows me to afford somebody else's vision. So we both celebrating,
Right. And so-and-so and them don't have it because they don't want it.
That
right?
Too.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between want it and would like it. Right? It's a lot of niggas like, man, I would like to be, but that nigga, you don't want this shit, bro.
Yo, actions don't say.
Exactly. Because if you wanted it, then you would be able to have it. It's like, also, don't limit yourself. That Lamborghini, $300,000, but $300,000 not the only way that you can get it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Jay-Z not finna pay for 300 bands for no Lambo, because Lambo, who doesn't make commercials, right? Their only kind of like way to advertise is to have elite people driving them because it's a status symbol.
Exactly.
So like, yeah, Jay-Z wouldn't pay 300 for it, but because they give him one free, 8 niggas will pay 300 for theirs.
And I'm gonna say, I agree with you. So you see where it's going too with that. This fact that you brought this up, because I had this conversation a few weeks ago with one of my homegirls, and she was like, we was talking about social capital, because I was like, I could do a lot off of my name, but I still want the money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, because it's like you said, you prove yourself. Well, you don't set out to prove yourself, but you just, if you know you great at something and it's working for you, and most importantly for me, is it fulfilling? because then other stuff would come with it. But it's just like you could do stuff off your name. So it's like, and did you want the Lambo only because it had to be paid for in cash,
Right.
or is you cool with somebody getting it off their name? Like,
most of the time, man. Most of the time, you know, people just want something that nice. If you ever sat in a Lambo, it's really not even that cold. Honestly, it's some colder whips than that, right? But do you want people to know that you got 300 bands to spend on the whip? Because if you do, then you're not ready to have no whip that costs 300 bands. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so, you know, like the status symbols is one thing, but like I said, the owner of Lambo probably drives a Volvo because those is nice as fuck too. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, he probably got like a what's that, Kosenig? You know what I'm saying? Like some shit like that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's levels, man. Like, you know, so I don't know. It's just like people want stuff and they get it. And people like stuff and they don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always putting that stick with the carrot on it in front of your horse, and that's just how far you gonna go because you just focus on wanting some shit. So,
and that's what says a lot about you, because we know when you have longevity, the time that you put in itself says a lot about a person's character. Because nobody, it's like, especially in the arts, it's not as easy. Well, and I'm not saying easy is subjective, but you get what I'm saying. It's like you really have to. What you're doing is fulfilling to you, because it's not easy when you go. It's like you done made it to a certain level. I mean, I'm not saying it's easy now, but when you was going up to them open mics, you know, when you was building your sets, you know, it's a process. You look forward to what's going right, and what I don't want, and what I do want.
Right.
I think until you crafted it to where you want it and started you building on them stepping stones.
I think that well, off top, consistency in anything is gonna show you new heights in it. But I think that, man, in the game that I play, it's about winning, right? What I mean by that is like similar to boxing, right? Like you gotta win. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you could be, you know, Ryan Garcia was hitting them bags and shit and on YouTube and you know, but until you get in the ring and beat people who do what you do and set yourself up to be one of those guys, you just, you know, you don't really do it. Like you have to go out and fight for your spot. Like my city really has a lot of love for me, and I can feel it.
Oh yeah.
I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I come home, you know, I might be walking through TSA, lady at TSA, like we so proud of you. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, and it ain't even like nothing crazy. It's just like, damn, they showing love. So that's cool, right? But the reason why it's widespread known is because I'm not that kid who, you know, that kid that dribbled the ball all day. I had a cousin. It's one of my favorite cousins, bro. This nigga could hoop his ass off. We put the nigga on the basketball team, and it was hard for him to hoop with other niggas who knew how to hoop and do their job. See, when you hoop in the street, you got to do everybody's job. You setting picks, you you shooting threes, you crossing niggas over, you going to the hole. When you on the team, you got one of them jobs. And a lot of niggas can't make the transition to playing for a team and going farther and farther and farther. It's the same way I look at comedy. A lot of my brothers who started doing comedy here were scared to leave. Some of them rose to be royalty in Detroit comedy, right?
Right.
But you could either be a warrior where you from, or you can go out. I mean, you could either be a royalty, a king where you from, or you can go be a warrior in the world. Like, I went out and fought for it in 4 or 5 different states.
Exactly.
And won. So now, you know, you ask people in New York about CP. You ask people about LA about CP, Atlanta about CP, Chicago about CP. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and of course, Detroit. You know, like, because of the work that I did out there as a warrior. Now you come back and you sit on your throne, but now your territory is not just Detroit. You know, my throne it goes far. Exactly. Because I went out there and conquered that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you gotta test yourself and not be afraid of the results. Sometimes we test ourselves and we're not ready. We're not ready.
And that's what I'm glad you brought that up too. I feel you, because I've noticed on this journey, a lot of people don't understand the concept of a process. Like failure gets a bad reputation. You know, it's like you didn't fail in life. You just figured out, you know, what don't work. Okay, you don't like this. Keep all of what you did right, or learn what to do right, and then you build on top of it till you create this thing, whatever that thing for you is.
Yeah.
Like you build sets.
Yeah.
You build like all of this, and it's like to your other point. You won over here, but can you do the same thing over there? Can you repeat it?
Well, yeah.
Do you want to repeat it?
Can you do it? Can you do it around folks who don't know you and never heard of you? Right. I just shot my special in Atlanta. I was telling Lee.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Everybody was like, "Why you shooting it in Atlanta?" I'm like, man, I need my first special to be in a away game because I'm not planning on just doing this for Detroit. I love Detroit to death, but all of the greats, Eminem, sold 8 billion records around the world, not around Detroit. It's not 8 billion people here. He could have been dope here, and everybody would have knew he was the dopest here. But it's not 8 billion people to sell them records to, right? It's like I had to get out there and show them that I didn't need nobody to love me for it to be funny.
I think that's cool.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that mentality.
Yeah, like you don't even gotta know me. Just sit down and watch this. And that's kind of what that's how I came across. And I'm happy that I did it that way. Cause shit, you perform in Detroit, man, your motherfucking phone be like, hey man, can we get in? What's up, man? They be like, man, god damn.
This is my job, right?
Yeah.
I'm at work.
Yeah, like God.
Like, I love you, but
right, yeah. I got the door deal, goddamn, I need you to pay. You know what I'm saying? They gonna give me shit. Right. But no, like, it's like that's just that mindset, that's where we at with it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that my city got love for me. Yeah. And I'm not finna just sit in it. I'm gonna give y'all something to be proud about. I'm for real. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna beat all the LA niggas. I'm gonna beat all the Chicago niggas. I'm gonna beat all the New York niggas. I'm gonna be like Detroit. And then that's us. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I admire and respect people like you also, is because we're great representations when we step out of here. Because, it's like, you're not doing it on purpose. Because, we got stereotypes all around, but then they be like, but I met so-and-so.
Right.
Or CP was cool. Or Chris was cool. So now they ain't thinking like that.
I saw Legendary out in LA one time. I was like, damn, that's lit.
Well, Cali is one of our biggest supporters.
Oh, for real?
And then it's Michigan.
But see, that's crazy. But that's how I go though. And let's say that you never branch out of Michigan and even see if Cali will rock with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think that we owe it to ourselves to do that. And I'm gonna say something too. This message been on my heart, man. Like, you gotta be as a young black professional, man or woman, you gotta be all right with being the very first and going with that. What I mean by that is like, man, we only like 5 generations removed from slavery, right? The black family hasn't been together for 10 generations in America. Right. So, a lot of times our parents and our grandparents and, our girlfriends and wives and shit like that, as men, they love us and they can't imagine, they don't want us to face adversity in this world. They don't want us to be disappointed. And what happens is they can set you up to not want yourself to be disappointed. And you got to be able to fight through that. Like, you got to, like your family, they love you, but they can't be legendary for you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't be, they can't be comedian CP for me. They can't, I don't want to be right next to them looking at people on TV like, man, look how they living. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody got to be the one that's going to do it. If not, then we just going to be all close to Big Mama house going to Thanksgiving every year and making her happy. And then she died, and then we all looking stupid because we ain't got shit going on because we wanted to make her ass happy, but she had her life.
And then looking for the next one.
Yeah, come on, man.
Somebody got to be
Come on, man. Grandma lived a long-ass life, dog. She had her little 30s and shit. Get your ass out here and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, man, you going to be one of them niggas talk about, man, I'm so proud of you, to some other nigga. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, man, that's a part of the reason why, I have to stay humble, because there's no difference in me and any other nigga other than the fact that the decisions that I made got me here.
Exactly.
A wrong decision could have me somewhere I don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? And understanding that, you ain't got time to be acting like you better than nobody.
Exactly, and I agree, man. It's interesting that you said that because, that's my goal when I left college to come, because I started studying financial literacy and spirituality on my own.
God damn,
So
that's
I've been
like,
back here.
It was some boring ass majors, man. You was in college like,
No, I said
gotta go study, guys.
I said I did this for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
because I was like, because this is what really got me, and I don't like you said whatever you're doing, as long as it's working, I support that. But I was the first to not go to school, so that that wasn't the cool thing to do 15 whatever years ago, and they like, oh, I was crazy, or he ain't this, but he see something. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw what was about to happen. Like, I'm standing on the shoulders of giants because I'm in a position to do something. So let me do it.
Right.
We're going to get there because right now I'm creating first generation of wealth until it happens. Because that's why I didn't know what I wanted to do.
That ain't no joke, man.
It's not.
That ain't no joke, man.
You're responsible for at least 3 generations. The ones who helped you get there, the one that you're building right now, and you laying the foundation for everyone else to come. And it's not easy, but it's worth it. If that's what you want to do.
Well, you got to understand too that generation is going to exist whether you go hard or not, and that should be enough motivation right there to be like, dog. It ain't like if I don't go hard, they be like, man, let's not have no more no grandkids. Let's not do nothing because I ain't getting it ain't gonna stop. They gonna be like, nigga, fuck that. And then you know what I'm saying? I just can't imagine like thinking about my kids being broke. Hurts my feelings. Like, dog, I can't do it, dog. I gotta get out here and go because it's like, damn, like. You know, the world is hard, and they kids, and they don't even know what they got ahead of them yet. So it's like, at least I could do is start them off where I would like, what I would have liked to have been. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, nice ass neighborhood. You know, parents not stressing about, you know, money, and then I'm able to be what I want to be without having to worry about anything I have to be for everybody else.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the plan.
And yeah, exactly. And that's why I love. Like you said, when you do it, and that's what sometimes I think about stuff like curriculum-wise. Like, instead of trying to make people be something, you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, oh, so-and-so get paid this a year, or so-and-so, they get this. Don't try to make people, they successful in their thing because that's what they do. But what if you told somebody, clearly this wasn't a dream of mine because I didn't even know what podcasting was. You know, we celebrating 15 years in December.
Right.
But I didn't want to grow up being no radio broadcaster or even in this realm. But so when I figure out what I'm great at, I'm like, okay, let me figure out if I have the chance to. So what if we encourage more individuals to find out what they gravitate to and try to build around that, and then be like, okay, now let's turn this into something, because everything ain't about money to everybody. Yes, you do have to survive on a level.
You gotta survive, but
everybody don't want the same lifestyle.
Yep, and them the most important people to see. People who you can buy, that's easy.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know, that's like a prostitute. Like, you know, like buying sex, that's the whole challenge is gone. Right? The connection is gone. It's not special. It's a higher thing.
Right.
And, you know, I'm sure that probably got some benefits to some people, but to other people, you know, what you really in it for is the real intimacy and the trust and all of that. You gon', you know, that's not easy to buy. You can't buy that.
Exactly.
And so, you know, like, that's some of the most important shit to have. Everything else, most of the shit that we worry about, we can just cop. Most of the shit that we tripping about, you can get that. Like, oh, you know, niggas going to jail for robbing a nigga for $600 worth of shit. Like, nigga, you could have got 600 though.
If you really,
you could have got you 600. Just, you know, waited you a couple months, get you 600 up, and go buy that shit yourself. You know what I'm saying? But here you are, sitting here for 15 years for $600. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dog, you know, like, you know, the shit you could buy. That's the easy shit, man. You right. I'm looking for the priceless shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't buy yourself into every living room in America. You can't buy yourself to be a household name for not being infamous anyway. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know the Menendez brothers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about, like, you know, you can't buy that. And those are some of the things that, you know, if you got that, you on deck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you on deck.
And that's why I ask people about, are you fulfilled? Because that's when you also love what you do. When you're able to get in that position. Because I know everybody's life is different. Certain people got certain circumstances and all of that. I'm not talking about them. I'm saying when you have a choice and you realize that not making excuses, it's like, are you fulfilled? Because when you love it, you put effort into it on purpose. You put quality into it on purpose. Nobody got to make you tweak it. Nobody got to tell you to go put out the best possible product or outcome. So
I think that fulfilled is a crazy thing. You just said that, but don't mull over that, bro, because being fulfilled is crazy. Like, I think about my life, man. I think about how I used to feel when I used to say I'm a comedian, how I used to kind of get a little embarrassed whether or not they took it serious or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just get a little antsy, like, tell me a joke. And they be like, man, you got me feeling awkward as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I've gone through this transition in my life where it's like, I don't think it's a room that I can't walk in where I'm not gonna hold my head high about what I do. And I get to buy and wear the kind of clothes that speak to the kind of person that I am. Not just what I can afford at the time, but really what I want, whether it be expensive or non-expensive, right? I get what I want to have, and I look how I want to look when I'm around people who I used to be like, man, I wish I had that on. I wish I, you know what I'm saying? I drive my car, and I'm like, man, it ain't a car on the road that I like better than my car. And I pull up next to some Lambo, I'm like, that's what's up, yeah, okay,
Right. Yeah, exactly.
little bitch-ass Lambo, you know what I'm saying? And I really feel that way.
Yeah.
And so I think that to get to this level that I didn't even understand I was getting to, because nobody tell you that that's a part of it. Nobody tell you that loving yourself and loving your stuff is a part of it. Because the stuff ain't shit, but everybody got to have some stuff. A lot of niggas don't even like their stuff.
Yeah.
They like your stuff.
Sometimes once you get something, you be like, damn, that's it.
Yeah.
You ever did
You be
something?
like, damn, that's it. Yeah, like, you know what I'm
got it.
saying? Man, I got an Xbox. And I like PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? I got an Xbox because I wanted both of them. They be having little shit on there. Man, I played that bullshit like one time. Like, man, these big ass buttons, get this shit off this shit just feel nasty. Like, man, what the fuck is this? That motherfucker dusty as hell right now. Anybody want an Xbox needs to DM me.
Get at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And that's what I like. That's what that's what we like to do with this platform. Is like, the story is what a lot of people don't really get a chance. It's like, yeah, you see these people, but do you know? Because I done had people who established like you. I done had you out on your come up and where you at, and when you keep going, keep
I'll be back.
evolving.
I'll be back.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So I want to tell people like, you just don't wake up right here, or this person. They be like, damn, who was that?
But you know what's crazy though?
What up?
You gotta wake up lucky every day, and that's what niggas don't understand. Last time I was on your podcast, Chris, I loved where I was at. Like, I was so excited to be at that point in my life. I was so excited to be a comedian who people wanted to have on their podcast. People wanted to hear my opinion about shit. Like, I was grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and your life is gonna keep one up in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like when you get like a girlfriend, all of a sudden all the bitches is bad. You be like, God damn, all these hoes is bad. But in this, it's like, well, I can have every cold thing that I see. It get colder, I can have that. Oh, now I'm reading movie scripts. Okay, I'm about to do a movie. Okay, or I'm executive producing this, and I'm doing. It's like it gets better and better and better, or it stays the same for a while before it get better again. It don't really get worse because the climb is the climb. It might get stagnant for a while, and people might confuse that with things, but it's like, no, you on the climb. Sometimes it's a long plateau before you got to go up again.
But that's to your point quickly. It's like sometimes your main thing is a stepping stone. Because like what I did, I didn't know I was going to be, for one, in the apparel business. None of this was a goal, but you started somewhere. That's what I was going to ask is like, you started off as a comedian CP, but then you went viral. But then was that your goals to be a producer, actor, writer? Or did you say, these are doors that opened up as a result of me doing what I do?
It sounds colder to say that them doors opened up, but the God's honest truth is that I was very obsessed with the process, and I knew that I wanted it like this. Like, I remember, when me and B. Lee first started working together, we had conversations, and he always reminded me, like, nigga, you said it just like this, and it happened just like this.
Right.
And it's like, the problem is that I didn't leave a lot of room for luck, right? And I think luck would have been fun to have. You know what I'm saying? It would have been interesting to have a little bit of luck, but everything was intentional. And when it's intentional, the wins are a little less exciting, and the disappointments hurt a little more because I tried to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it mean a little more, and it's a little bit more serious when you intentional like this. I ain't like win no sweepstakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this shit been like, you know, day to day. Lee called me like, nigga, you got to post on Instagram today. I'm like, why, nigga? Be like, because that's what they want to see. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so, you know, like I said before, like I've always expected to be here. The other side of that though is, you know, I didn't treat it like, you know, Simba and Lion King, and I hope that it works out. It was this or bust.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was this or I'm gonna be very, very unhappy, depressed, and disappointed with how my life turns out if I can't get it like this, because I'm doing everything I can to have it like this. You feel me?
Right. Like I said, those are some of the reasons that I admire and respect you and the people that got that drive and that perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it rub off too. Like, you know, all my homies, you know, some of my friends, I see my influence in them. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I see that, damn, it is the kind of friends that you have. I'm not on that, you know, like, you ain't gonna never see me drunk in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's no place for that in how successful I want to be. So my friends who hang around me, the ones who kind of be looking at what I'm doing, they don't see me doing that. And they be like, well, then what you be on? Like, nigga, I be on this. Nigga, I'm trying to be the nigga.
Right.
Like, I like flat out, like, I ain't even trying to mince words, like, period. Like you know, so-and-so who do comedy, I'm trying to be bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? And that's my plan. And so it's like, you know, it's you know, we got to get used to the fact that the next best comedian is from Detroit, and he, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, I got to start moving like that. So right now, you know, I'm like, oh, I can't do that, man. I'm too famous. I'm not too famous, but it's like, that's, if I don't think it right now, then it won't be second nature when it needs to be, because you never know the day it come.
Exactly.
The day it happen. Some niggas be in trouble and they get locked up, and then they can see their impact. Like, damn, I was about to blow. It's like, nigga, no, that's because you too oblivious about your own shit.
Right,
you can't be that humble that you don't even know your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like, we don't be that way with shit that we know. You're not finna be fucking no girl and be like, it's kind of all right? You know what I'm saying? You know, because you don't. That ain't how you move when it's something that you know and you care about and it's your shit. So, yeah.
And I appreciate that, man, because it's like different levels require different versions of you. If you ain't, like you said, if you ain't already prepared to where you going.
Yeah.
So, and that's what we like to do too, is like, you never know who gonna hear these stories and how you gonna impact somebody. You know, because you might not be thinking about it, but like you said, they might be like, well, remember that time you said this, or I was over in the crowd and I seen how you maneuver, so I said I want to maneuver like that because he got this and this and that. You know, so yeah, I think that's dope, man. You know, be the changes that you seek. Lead by the examples that we want. You
gotta live in the past, man, and you gotta prepare for the future. The present is just the past. I don't even consider the present, which my wife hates. Because she be like, you gotta live in the moment. You gotta, you know, I'll be like, fuck all that. I'm about to get us some dog ass moments. They about to have some fire moments. But it's like, you know, like, I look at right now, I remember when I was at TV Lounge doing Too Funny Tuesdays. I remember looking at that like, this is the past. Like, I know right now that these are the good old days. I could feel it when it was happening. Like, it ain't gonna be like this, man. I remember my going away show, you know what I'm saying? I never came back. It's like, it's you know, it never was like that again. And I be knowing it, like, man, me and my niggas be laughing. We got some good jokes. And I just be like, man, it's not gonna be like this. Like, because I know that, you know, it's like this. Imagine you go out with your family, y'all having a good ass time, y'all all laughing, but you know for a fact that you set the house on fire, but don't nobody know it. like you know for a fact, like I left that candle in the thing, on the curtains, and when we get home, this shit is going to be on fire for sure. But we are asking the point, having a good ass time, and you like, yay, you on the Magnum and shit, but you got this feeling in your stomach like, well, we get home, nigga. You know, so that's kind of it. I mean, it really feels like that. Like, I know that I've set the house on fire already. Like, people don't understand it, like, but I know I have. And so it's just like, you know, it's never gonna be the same. And so I always, you know, I make myself available for my people when I'm, because because I know I can. You know what I'm saying? And when I can't, I probably still will. Because that's how important it is. Like, this shit, man, like I wasn't gonna miss this because I remember the last time we did one. And it is a progression check. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we were here and now we're here. And the next time we're gonna be here. And it's like, man, making myself available for the people who I feel like are gonna be the tomorrows right now is important. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I know like people like Jamie Foxx, I see how he makes himself available for stuff that is important to him. His hometown, Kevin Hart, his hometown, man. Philly in the playoffs, whether it's basketball or football, he's there. His city feels him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be in contact with the Pistons. You know what I'm saying? They don't be winning no games, so I don't be showing up. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't got that. No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they came out to the LA and I did a show for like Cade and Kev and all of them, Kevin Knox and them, you know what I'm saying? Like the coaches, Coach Casey and back when it was Coach Casey, you know what I'm saying, and all of them. It's important to me. It's important to me to be that guy for my place of, you know what I'm saying? I look at what Big Sean doing, with the commercial real estate and, you know what I'm saying? Like just doing stuff around the city, and that's admirable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a big fan of Mike Epps, but I wanted to be the first nigga with the comedy club.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like damn, nigga, but it's like, ooh, I'm like he like a grown up and I'm like a teenager, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? But, it's also a big city. And, you look at cities like New York, and I can name at least 7 comedy clubs. That's important. LA, I can name 5 comedy clubs that's key and important, right? Detroit don't need just one. So, like, Mike got his shit, and I'm going to be a fan of it. I'm going to go there. I'm going to perform there. And then I'm open in mind.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be on another side of the city. You know what I'm saying? Not better, not worse, but in addition to.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's, yeah.
Yeah, man. And like I said, man, I appreciate you for showing love, taking the time out. You made it easy for me. I hit you up, you hit me right back.
Yeah.
We did it like that.
Come on,
but,
man.
Like I said, congratulations. And I love to see people living their vision, And
we don't expose fake niggas enough. You know what I'm saying? We don't expose. Like, nigga, you know me, nigga. Answer the fucking phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Come do my podcast, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Right.
Like, dog, we be acting like we scared of these niggas. These niggas, I know these niggas. They not celebrities for real.
Right.
Ain't no celebrities. It's just niggas who everybody know and that put niggas on a pedestal. But I'm there with these niggas, dog. Yeah. I do shows with them, bro. Like, nigga, these niggas are regular niggas.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh, don't ever let me off the hook, dog. Nigga, if I answer the phone, you hit Leo. Like, nigga, what the fuck wrong with this nigga, man? Right. Nigga, like, he on that shit again. I'm gonna get him over there. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I'm gonna tell you a story, bro. Real shit. The other day, so like my wife and kids came to visit family a couple of weeks before I came. I knew I had the shows in the D. So I'm like, fuck it, y'all go ahead. Cause I had shows in LA, I had meetings in LA, I got shows and shit. We on strike, I got all kind of shit going on. I gotta work, so I'm like, yeah, y'all go ahead. But when they gone, man, I don't really eat because it's like I be so busy. Having children, they gonna eat. They don't give a fuck what you do. We hungry, we don't give a fuck. So you like, oh yeah, you right. I gotta feed y'all. You know what I'm saying? My wife is there, so now we eating meals as a family. I'm sitting, but when they gone, nigga, I'm the Postmate king, you know what I'm saying? I fall asleep, my pizza be outside all night. I'm one of them type of niggas. And so I'm chilling and I'm on the phone with my wife. And she's like, what you doing? I'm like, man, I'm in the bed, man. I'm playing the game, watching TV, I eat a donut and shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, my motherfucking business. Fat shit, right? Line click, it's my guy, Dumbfounded. He's a rapper. But he be on Roast Me, Asian dude, be on Roast Me sometimes. He's like real cool with like Anderson .Paak. And he's like, hey man, you almost here? Nigga, I forgot. Sold out theater. 1,700 people. Me, Dumbfounded, Anderson .Paak, like Tony Baker, one other comic was on there. Sold out. I'm talking about like, I gotta jump out of bed. I'm supposed to be there in 15 minutes. I'm 30 minutes away. Jump out of bed. I had some sweatpants on, some little gallery department sweatpants, threw a t-shirt on. Big ass off-white t-shirt, ran out the crib. I was looking crazy. Like I was like somebody's baby mama. Ran on stage, bro, just give it up for CP. I'm like, oh shit. Like, what up, y'all? Killed the show. Went back home, got in the bed. That's like, man, I feel like that crackhead off 5 Heartbeats. Like, the show ain't today. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like, you know, like, it's just like, man, niggas is human, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, this life it gets insane. You know what I'm saying? And it's, you know, it's niggas gotta watch what they ask for because you don't even know what you're getting yourself into sometimes. Like, my life ain't my life like that no more. You know, and that's good, you know, but my life is it belongs to my responsibilities and my obligations. You know what I'm saying? Half family man, half entertainer, and you know what I'm saying? That's just how it go. And you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like man, that story was just funny to me because I'm like, I had no idea. But honestly, just like, man, like, you know, ain't no chill in this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you having me, man. This was what it was today. So we got to go do Chris Massey shit. And then I'm going to leave here, bro. What time is it? 7:22. I'm going to leave here. And I got to be at Baker's. I got to go do Baker's tonight. Do a little set in there, man. Talk some shit.
Well, yeah, man. Like I said, much appreciated. Great way to catch up.
Hey, man. Always a treat when the real niggas meet.
Exactly.
You feel me?
For those who don't know, what's the best way or what way you prefer for them to keep in contact with
you? Man, bro. Instagram, of course, at Comedian CP. YouTube at Comedian CP. I have a podcast on there called the CP Podcast. My Twitter or X or whatever it's called now is Comedian CP. Threads, I don't even use that shit, but I done got on there and I can't leave. It's like your first hit of heroin, now you just own that bitch. So yeah, Threads. What else? Snapchat, but that's like, you know, that's like for coochie mail. For you know, they be sending me them coochies. I'm like, get out of here with these coochies. Give me some old ass coochies. I'm like, man, these old ass coochies. How do I come across? Like, y'all be, you know what I'm saying? Y'all old ladies. Anyway, Snapchat, man, and am I missing something? TikTok, Real Comedian CP.
Word.
And I'm going on the road. The CP Was Here tour. We just kicked it off this week in Detroit. So. I think we got Baltimore next and Cleveland, and we all over the United States. Miami, Washington, Phoenix, Texas, Utah. We everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Just random ass Chicago, random ass places, dope places. But yeah, man, tap in with that. My Patreon is Comedian CP. And then yeah, man, just you know, I don't know, man, I'll be around, man. You feel me?
Bet. And then appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm your host, Chris Massey. You can follow me at Chris Massey Show, and you can catch this show on the Sharing Zone platform. That's sharezo.com, SHAREZO.com. And the show is Hidden Gems, people you need to know and why. And extra special thanks to our official sponsor, the inspirational lifestyle brand Legendary. Their motto is believers become innovators, innovators become legendary. Follow them at LGNDRE on Instagram and Twitter. Check out the website, lgndre.com. Once again, CP, I appreciate you.
For sure.
And keep up the great work and inspiration, man.
Thank you, man. Hey, can I say something? Shout out to Shantae Wayans, too. That's what I saw with the
my
Legendary.
homegirl, man.
Oh, for real?
Real quick, she the first person I showed that to on paper. And yeah, years ago.
What?
And she said, because I had, it wasn't even this yet. It was a prototype, but I was like, I'm calling it this. And I got the business set up. And I showed her a piece of paper. She was like, you got something, bro. And I was like, all right, that was...
I'm going to tell you, she rocked the shit out that hat, bro.
Shout out to Shantae Wayans. Follow
and
at
I believe
C.
I
Wayans.
said it like, hey, you know Chris Massey? And I went and said, she's like, yeah. Man, I love Shantae. I was at her bachelor party. I couldn't make it to her wedding, or her bachelorette, or bachelor, whatever she is. Her bacheloratory celebration, you feel me?
Right. Well, yeah, I appreciate all the love, man. And thank you, and I'm looking forward to the next time. Peace.